What if someone was secretly living in your home, watching your every move, knowing your deepest secrets, and you had no idea? Today, we're diving into a dark psychological thriller that takes the creepy concept of frogging, hiding inside someone's home, to terrifying new heights. In this film, two young froggers find themselves in the home of Detective Greg Harper, only to uncover a nightmare they never expected. It's a tense, twisting thriller about revenge, betrayal, and the monstrous secrets hiding right under our noses. This is film title, Where Nothing Is As It Seems, and Everyone Is Hiding Something. We're introduced to Mindy and Alec, two teenagers who engage in frogging, secretly squatting in occupied houses. They sneak into the suburban home of Detective Greg Harper, his wife Jackie, and their teenage son Connor. From the start, we see a contrast in their personalities. Mindy is cautious, intent on staying hidden, while Alec has a more dangerous thrill-seeking side. Alec convinces Mindy to mess with the Harpers in small ways, removing photos, hiding Jackie's favorite sunflower mug, and even urinating on Greg while he sleeps. Soon, the Harpers start noticing things are out of place. Jackie's mug goes missing, the TV randomly turns on, and family photos are altered. These strange events lead them to wonder if their home is haunted. But as they get drawn deeper into their own suspicions, they have no idea that the true terror is right under their roof. The Harper family is already on edge. Connor and Greg are deeply resentful towards Jackie after discovering she had an affair, straining the family dynamic even further. Greg's frustration peaks in one moment when he hurls his phone through a window, physically and symbolically shattering any fragile piece left in their household. Soon after, a repairman arrives to fix the broken window. While the Harpers aren't home, Alec, seizing the opportunity for mischief, convinces the repairman to come inside, posing as Jackie's child. When Jackie later returns, she's startled to see a stranger in her home. The repairman explains that her daughter let him in, which only deepens her confusion. Jackie becomes convinced that something sinister is happening, and the missing silverware drives her to report the incident to the police. Meanwhile, Greg is drawn into a disturbing case involving the disappearance of young boys, including 12-year-old Justin Witter. He and his partner Ray Spitsky find a green pocketknife at the scene, a signature item linked to Cole Gordon, a convicted murderer of young boys. They start to fear a copycat may be at work, but as they investigate further, they are asked to check in on Gordon's surviving victims to prevent the case from reopening. One of Gordon's surviving victims, Tommy Braun, is left severely disfigured and mentally scarred. In a chilling interview, Tommy tells Spitsky about a mysterious, little house in the trees, a place he claims is magic, and disappears without a trace. His words hint at dark secrets that remain unresolved, adding an eerie layer to the case. Things take an unexpected turn when Jackie's lover, Todd, arrives at the house to profess his feelings for her. But Alec, who's still hiding in the home, spots them and decides to take action. From the rooftop, he throws Jackie's favorite mug directly at Todd's head, injuring him. Believing Connor threw it, Jackie helps Todd to the basement to treat his injury, sparking a chain of events that turns their already fragile world upside down. Greg returns home unexpectedly and discovers Todd in the basement, kneeling by a cupboard, trying to find a cloth. In a shocking twist, Greg hits Todd with a bat, killing him. He decides to cover up the crime, fearing the repercussions this scandal could have on his family and career. Mindy, who secretly witnesses the murder, realizes that their innocent game has now put them in the middle of a dangerous situation. Terrified, Mindy tries to convince Alec to leave. Realizing that their prank has turned deadly, she goes to retrieve her belongings from the basement but is forced to hide when Jackie returns and discovers Todd's lifeless body. Desperate to protect Connor from being blamed, Jackie convinces Greg to help her bury Todd in the woods. While the Harpers are gone, Connor finds the missing silverware hidden in the washing machine and begins researching frogging, uncovering disturbing videos. Before he can take action, Alec, now wearing a frog mask, captures and binds Connor. Alec's behavior has grown increasingly erratic, and his obsession with haunting the family begins to reveal a darker purpose. Alec is interrupted by Mindy, who's horrified by Alec's psychotic shift. In the struggle, Alec knocks her unconscious and hides her in the back of Greg's car, unaware of what he's about to discover. As Greg drives off, Mindy awakens and notices disturbing evidence in the vehicle, including Justin Witter's jersey. She realizes with horror that Greg is the true killer behind the missing boys. Mindy escapes from the car and finds a trailer in the woods where Greg is holding the kidnapped boys. She tries to rescue them, but Greg appears, suffocating her before she can free them. Furious about the invasion of his privacy and the exposure of his crimes, Greg takes Mindy back to his home with the intent to end things once and for all. Inside the Harper home, Greg forces Mindy to stand and shoots her, staging her death to look like self-defense. Alec, hearing the gunshot, confronts Greg with an axe. A brutal fight ensues, but Greg overpowers Alec, only to find himself being held at gunpoint by Alec seconds later. In a final act of defiance, Alec tells Greg he knows who he really is and shoots him just as the police arrive. As Alec is taken by paramedics, he shares a final, heartbreaking truth with Spitsky, revealing that he was once one of Greg's young victims. He orchestrated this frogging scheme as a calculated revenge against the man who destroyed his life and that of his friend Tommy Braun. This haunting revelation redefines everything we've seen, exposing Greg's true darkness. The police search Greg's vehicle and uncover evidence proving he was the serial killer all along. Jackie and Connor arrive to find their yard swarming with police, and Jackie is forced to confront the horrifying reality that her husband was a monster. In the end, film title tells a harrowing story of broken trust, betrayal, and the devastating consequences of buried secrets. It's a thriller that shows us the true terror isn't always from an unknown intruder, it can be the very people we trust the most. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you thought of this intense thriller.